Well, CBS is back at it again. They have taken down our Star Trek Picard Season 3 review, just as they did those years ago for Season 2. And I am re-uploading it. It got 85,000 views before it was cut down and removed for an 11-second clip in which they manually claimed the video yet again. Somebody reviewed it and then decided that the entire video is what they have a problem with and what they're claiming, which is obviously against YouTube policy and not how you do things. So I'm already trying to get my YouTube rep involved, and I'm fighting this, but often these things don't get resolved, in any amount of time that's relevant for the video. So I'm putting up this video again. I know it's not going to get a lot of views, but I do not want to let them win, and I will put this review up as many times as I need to from CBS. I don't understand why our channel is targeted this way. I've seen other YouTubers reviewing Season 3 and using clips longer than 11 seconds, but yet I am the one that's being claimed. I guess because we've had such a public fight with them in the past over Season 1 and Season 2, and they're already watching us. I have no other explanation, but I want to thank you guys for continuing to support the show, for giving this video a view, for sharing it, and not letting these assholes win. So thank you guys so much. Here is the original Star Trek Picard review. I'm excited about reviewing the series, be it episode by episode or in episode chunks. I don't know, whether it ends up good or bad or a Trojan horse, which is kind of what it's feeling like now. But yeah, so anyways, here's the original review again, and thank you so much for your support. Check it out. Hope you enjoy. So, we are back.
We don't have to be.
We're back.
We don't
We
have to
definitely have to be. We've been on this journey now for many years. We must see it through to the end. Obviously, we hated Picard Season 1, Season 2, even worse. I don't know which one's worse, but I hated them both. Season 3 was actually filmed alongside Season 2, and it is debuting much quicker than I anticipated. So we can get this over with, shall we? First, let me say thank you for watching. The boys are actually showing off. Alex, if you show that off, that's a beautiful shirt right there, is it not? It's a brand new design on roguesapparel.com with the Angry Army. We worked on it for a while, so we hope you guys will pick up a shirt and show your support. Who knows if we'll have to deal with CBS on this one.
No clips.
So we'll try to reduce the amount of clips or whatever. I don't know. Even the non-clip they were having an issue with as well. But all right. Here, let's do this together. I mean, if it's even worth it, right? I'll do the clip show if it's fucking worth it. But let me first start by setting up this season, right? So this third season begins just a year after the second season, and it's going to tell a completely new story. The people behind it said it was incredibly different from the first two. Okay. Well, I can already tell you that that's a lie. All right. Well, I can already tell you that at least in set design and styling and writing, that is already, unless they completely change things after the first episode, it is dark. It is brooding. It is grim dank and dank. No, it's grim dunk. What's the opposite of dank? It's just grim dark, right? And it's a Star Trek, right? So the bridge, I don't know how anybody sees on the bridge. It's so fucking dark in the ready room. Okay, anyways. But the developers of this said they hoped it would be a satisfying conclusion to the Picard story. because season 1 sure fucking wasn't.
No.
Season 2 sure fucking wasn't. So they're going to try to, I guess, make up for it. They said it would be less intimate and have some game-changing Star Trek universe ideas. Matalas added that some elements from Star Trek the original series and the films starring the original series cast would be used in this season to tie some Star Trek together. This season, and we talked about this in the trailer that we watched, it's going to be more nautical, cat and mouse, submarine movie ideas. I was excited about that at the time. Wrath of Khan 2 was a major touchstone for this season, which features mind games between Picard and a new villain. That sounds like a great setup, right? So it was revealed, obviously, a lot of these Next Generation cast members are returning. And the most fitting that the story of Jean-Luc Picard ends honoring the beginning with his dearest and most loyal friends from the USS Enterprise. Producers felt that the group's final appearance in the film Star Trek Nemesis had not been a proper send-off and wanted to use the final season of Picard to send them off in the right way. Well, boy, you really setting this up. We're going to have to see if you set them off in the right way. A lot of pressure, similar to what the film The Undiscovered Country had done for the original series cast. That's what they're going for. So, yeah, he pitched the idea to Stewart, and other recurring actors developed each of their storylines with them to avoid telling a story that they were not happy with. So he made sure to make sure the actors had input on how the
actors should definitely be the writers, because it always works.
He aimed to create endings that also promise more story for the characters. So that's why there were rumors of spinoffs already. Kurtzman said the season would take time showing where each character is before bringing them all together, and I think that's what we're going to have here. We're going to have individual episodes. It's like a TNG character of the week. You know, we've got a new one, sort of like how season 1 was, you know, with the cameos here and there, until middle point, where most of the reviewers, we were not included this time.
What? Paramount doesn't like us?
No. CBS, you don't say. All Access, which is Paramount Plus now, all these years later. No, they were shown the first 6 episodes. So we were not. We right now are watching it alongside everybody else, episode 1. And they said that by the 6th episode, you know, the cast is together and they're ready to, you know, they're stuck in a spot and then they're ready to go. So this is a 10-episode season. So a lot of criticism has been, you know, levied at it, where it's mostly those 6 episodes are like the prologue and then the story starts. You know, it's like, well, damn, man, okay. Anyways, so that's pretty much all the setup here. He compared the season to a serialized version of the theoretical Next Generation Season 8. Damn, man, what are you doing? He said it was passing the torch from one generation to the next, like when the actors from the original series guest starred on the Next Generation. He suggested that a more appropriate title for the season would be Star Trek Legacy rather than Star Trek Picard, but still felt it was truly a Picard story, so they went with Star Trek Picard, and plus, that's marketing. Marketing's like, no, you may not. Anyways, so here we are, and I'm going to go ahead and let you guys take it first. And, so what did you think of Star Trek Picard Season 3, Episode 1, The Next Generation, Joe? Obviously, me and Alex have, many ties to the original Next Generation, but you don't. No. So somebody who we have basically subjected to the worst of Star Trek, except for Strange New Worlds, was all right. But what did you think of this?
So far, I just think it's average. Mm-hmm. I don't know why they're giving more time to Raffi. They're giving. There's a lot of intercuts.
Can't believe it.
I don't know why. It
screeches to a fucking halt. Her overacting. She is the worst Starfleet officer. I'm going to go on a mini fucking rant. It's to say they did this on purpose just to piss me and Alex off, and Joe too, because Joe's like, yeah, me too, because I don't like Raffi's character.
Like what?
They were like,
she doesn't contribute anything.
The producers of the show was like, we realized that the season 1 and 2 were not well received. We're going to do a send off for all the characters. So a lot of the returning cast, they're not coming back, we're using the old cast. It's like, but you kept the worst one. What are you doing? Do you not understand what's going on? All right, whatever. So they kept the worst holdover from there, and every time it cut to her, it was just like, oh, it reminded me of season 1 and 2.
Yeah, it's like it still has that that stink. It's like you still, we're on season 3, but you kept the stink.
Yep.
It's like it's not looking too good right now. You keep cutting into that, and just a lot of stuff with Picard just kind of feels boring to me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not looking forward to this.
Picard himself.
Okay,
yeah, he
and
kind
then,
of seems like he's.
Well, we start off with this distress message. Like, I haven't seen this person like 20 plus years. It's like, you're giving it to Picard. It's like, do you even know if he's dead? The guy's like 100, but she doesn't know he's a robot,
Right.
though. He's a robot.
Right, he's a robot now. She didn't know that he died.
Yeah.
No, Joe, you're right. He died.
It's like,
Yeah,
you're the
shouldn't know
only
if
one
he's
I
dead. No, he's
trust.
dead.
You're the only
Picard's
one I
dead.
trust. It's like, okay, well,
Yeah.
that's a long shot.
Me and Alex noticed that it's probably stupid to send it to him, and it makes no fucking sense.
Even
we'll get
even
to that.
stupider.
We'll get
Oh,
to that.
okay.
It's even worse.
Oh, well, yeah. I'm just. It's average.
Yeah.
So far, if this,
Okay, so
this is
what did
supposed to be-
you so we know what you didn't like, the Rafi scenes, the stink of the original, what did you think about
I don't like the new captain. I don't know what the hell's going on with his story. He's like, I run a tight ship. Everything goes the way I say it. He takes a power nap. Everything goes haywire.
He's always in his nap.
Yeah.
He's always napping apparently, okay.
Yeah. The only thing
what did you like?
What did I like? I'm intrigued with this. I guess I don't know if they're new.
Mm-hmm.
This new and the new enemy with the ships.
Yeah, I don't know. They're like, see for yourself, and I'm like, I have no idea what that
Yeah, I was
is.
like, okay, yeah,
It's the-
I guess I'll check
That's a
it
new
out.
ship design, Joey. At least I think so.
I don't know.
I fucking remember.
I was like, okay, that's. I wonder why they're chasing him. That's
Okay.
about it.
Well, one of the things that I liked, I don't know if you liked it, was the boys. The boys, just Riker and fucking Picard. That's who I thought had rapport. That's who I felt, was the most interesting part of it, and that was carrying most of the
I
season.
do like that, but I think they're taking that old man thing too much. They're like, oh man, remember we did
Joe,
this
they're
with
really
cadets?"
fucking old.
I understand that, but like, you don't need to make a joke every 5 seconds. Like, yeah, but I don't have to wake up and pee every so
That's
often.
all they got.
But it's
That's
like-
all
that's
they
what
got.
Oh, you
old
guys
men
ready?
do.
He was like, I'm stiff, my knees hurt.
I like the fact that they mentioned this is like, okay, we're gonna go into battle. My hands are stiff and my knees
As long
hurt.
as you don't need to move and shoot, we'll be fine.
I think it's funny. All right, well,
Yeah.
Alex, what's,
I don't want to watch this series, and so it's like I'm the wrong person to ask because like I really didn't like season 1, and I really don't like season 2. I don't want to watch season 3. It doesn't look interesting. We have Rafi and who sucks, and even the first scene of this thing, they're getting things technically wrong, and like I'm already nitpicking shit that I shouldn't nitpick, right? Beverly Crusher's like, send all power to the warp drive. And it's
No,
like,
she
the warp
says
core.
let-
Warp. All power up the warp core. It's like, Beverly.
all power to the warp core.
It's like, that's where the power
you
comes
meant
from.
all power to the warp drive.
Yeah, and so it's like it's little things like that. It's
Yes.
like do you not? This is the first scene.
They have there are so many hidden Easter eggs in the scenes, and so many like references to season 3, episode 7, and some of the bigger episodes like Conspiracy, but that they expect that they're going to be hardcore Trekkies. So to get kind of weird things wrong, it's odd and it is jarring. So that's what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's written by incompetent people who don't care, and there's no one looking over their shoulder. There's no hardcore nerd person going, "Excuse me, you don't know what the fuck you're doing," because they wouldn't be allowed in the
Just
fucking
change
room.
it a little
They
bit.
would not be allowed in the room because, like, I mean, this is like Fast and the Furious in the Star Trek universe, where it's like. Picard and Riker commit war crimes. Picard and Riker talk about mutiny. Picard and Riker are gonna like blow up, and it's like it is so ridiculous. What I loved about the series, and like
Beverly Crusher, the doctor of the Enterprise, has an action scene in which she uses a space shotgun and runs out of ammo.
She just keeps pumping
What
it
the
too.
fuck? It looks like a super soaker.
She's charging it up. It's not even a shotgun because she keeps cocking it. And I'm like, "What, Beverly? What do you do, girl? What are you doing?" And she's like,
the action
"Hold on,
choreography. effort.
I'm working up the plasma,
And it's done.
and then it's like,
Spent.
pew, I got. So it's just like I don't think that this is good. It feels like better fan fiction than last season. Last season was the worst level of fan fiction. One was really bad, but like all of the stink of the previous seasons are here. Picard is an android.
Yeah.
He died, and this is a fucking facsimile.
No, Alex, no. They just want you to forget about that.
Yeah, but see, the problem is, like,
positronic robot.
Would you go watch a low-effort American Psycho 3?
No.
You know why?
Because it's going to be a
2 was
disaster.
so fucking bad that you don't want to go back. And that's
but we are reviewers, Alex. Stop telling me you don't want to review this.
No, but it's like that. That's what this is. You shouldn't want to watch it either. As a viewer, you're like, hey, should I watch the show? No, they did such a fucking bad job in season 2. The only thing related to this show you should watch is me. I'm going to continue drinking. Yeah, a lot. It's too early in the day right now. We need to start a little bit later, but because
I already had a beer.
But like this shit is not good. There's not enough effort put into. There's no love here. It is. They went to some shitty Tumblr forum. They found someone writing fan fiction. They're like, hey, I didn't want to gouge my fucking eyes out. Hire that person. And then even then, they got a lot of little things wrong. And yeah, sure, Riker and Picard have some rapport.
I like that.
Yeah, because they fucking worked together for decades now. And like you, and even then. I like him. It's like, I get it. I get the rapport. You're overusing the only thing that you got so far. And I started getting tired of it towards the end. Yeah. And if this is all the season has so far, I'm not going to, I'm going to be drunk.
This is really fucking sad. You think this is excellent or good? Like, oh, fucking Star Trek Picard 3, they got it fucking right this time. After watching this, you're a moron.
You're just abused.
An idiot. You're right. You're like a battered housewife. And you keep coming back to
He didn't hit me that hard today. He didn't hit me that hard.
That hard. He did hit me. He did hit me, but just not that.
He left my face alone, so I don't have. Yeah, it's like that's not something to joke about, but it's true.
No, it's not.
You're abused.
Yeah. That's what we feel like. So, anyways, I'm in total agreement. This is barely average, and maybe I can see you going slightly above average after the disasters that was the 1 out of 10 season 2. Like, episodes in there were like damn near 0 out of 10 for me. Just completely betraying the lore, the most amateurish writer, getting so much wrong, doing the... And Alex put it great. The Fast and the Furious version of Star Trek is like, these are the people that just want to do their own Star Wars. None of this shit is appropriate. And it's like, I know that, I don't know, they kind of want to, Star Trek is a product of its time. And the time period that it was filmed in the 90s was TNG. And, and then you have the original series. So of course, for the 2020, that you got to make it dark. And no, you don't. You don't have to do that. A lot of the stories that were told in those shows and can still be told now are timeless. They can apply to any fucking modern period, regardless of what is happening beyond the sets and the story. So, it's ugly. The ship is ugly. The fucking sets are ugly. The fucking way it's filmed is dark and everything. There are small little windows back into that TNG world. Small, because they're obviously, they're like, this time you're going to like it because it's TNG. Like us, but they didn't put the rest of the effort in. If you wanted to do that, brighten it up. Why is it so dark? Why are we doing, the very first thing we see is a fucking action scene with that Beverly Crusher and, hiding behind motherfucking empty barrels that you can be knocked over by a toddler. It's embarrassing. And I understand you're trying to tell a dangerous story. Beverly is under attack, and so she calls on her old crew, and that is the way they rally, and that's fine. That's a good setup.
I think it's a fucking.
But they didn't even get that setup right. We're gonna get into it, but let me go ahead. And let's go ahead and get our final verdicts in for this particular episode. And then we'll get into the nitty-gritty on why we think it is really a wet fart to a start. It is, maybe you just, I don't know, just... You farted and then you put in, I don't know, the Febreze. Somebody sprayed Febreze? And then last time you
yeah,
farted.
It's like, oh yeah.
Last
I
season was
smell
a really
coconuts.
bad fart.
It's coconuts and
There's a-
shit.
Oh shit! Yeah, there's still the
some
shit,
shit,
but
it's
there's
still a-
coconut.
It's a coconut.
A little bit. I'm just trying to look for an analogy. I'm not as good at it as Alex, but go ahead and let's go to final verdict.
If this is supposed to be kicking off this whole series, I'm not impressed by it. Like, I know you guys know the rapport with Riker and Picard, but to me, it was just like, okay, there's just like two guys.
Yeah,
This is fine. But if they want to make it like more comical, like for me, if they go into a battle and Picard's shooting the opposite direction and Riker turns him
Joe,
around.
shut the fuck up. He's
turns
trying to
him
turn
around.
it into his goddamn
I would
Z
love
movie.
that.
Why
I would like that more.
If you're gonna go,
At least
oh,
it's
my
funny.
knees, oh, I gotta wake up and pee every 5 minutes.
Riker turns.
Why not? Why not?
Because they're trying to take it serious,
Are
Joe.
they?
They're going on one last adventure. Yes, they are. I mean, they think they are. It doesn't mean that it has to be good, but that's why they wouldn't do that. You asked me. So I'm
Yeah.
going to tell you.
No, just like again, I think
Where's my communicator?
I feel like Ralphie is gonna be a big character in this, and that's
I
when
know,
they
big
intercut.
central character.
And if they get what's the name, that Borg lady again, is she gonna make an appearance?
Yeah, she actually 7 of 9, I will say, was also
No,
good in this.
No, the other
She-
one.
Huh?
What?
The
lady?
other Borg lady? No, she's
The
gone,
Queen?
Joe. She flew off into the universe, never to be seen again.
Oh yeah.
yeah,
The-
yeah.
the new
You
one,
sure?
yeah.
Yes, she's not gonna come back and do another song, and
You don't think
I
so?
hope not.
I hope not.
I hope not. But I'm not looking forward to this.
All right, what would you
Not-
give it? Is it average? Is it below average?
4. Because I know
4 out of 10.
I know
below
like
average.
I guess there's some
From a
stuff
non-fan,
there.
from a non-fan.
Yeah, there's like stuff there's like, oh, I remember that, but I don't. I'm
Yeah,
just
you
like
don't remember
trying
that.
to go along with the story, and the story
Yeah,
is
you
not
probably
really.
don't even know Beverly. So
No,
yeah,
no.
you're like, I don't care.
Oh,
Okay.
some good times.
Yeah,
Some yoga
this
scenes.
definitely, I think, is. I mean, it's like, who is this for? It is clearly for the fans of TNG, which they ignored in season 1 and 2, and now they're doing. They're giving it to TNG fans, but still doing it in the container. You know what I mean? That container of season 1 and 2.
Yeah, terrible
Anyways,
story
yes,
so far.
and
And this is supposed to be
production
the banger though,
style
to
and the
hook
way they
people in.
film it and lighting and story and writing and dialogue. Go ahead.
Yeah, everything about this felt off. Like from the very opening scene, right? The opening scene is Beverly Crusher, a 90-year-old woman with a space shotgun, in a dark scene that doesn't make any sense.
Never talked to her friends, by the way, for 20 years.
20+
She cut
years.
everybody off.
Yeah, and so like that opening scene of the Doctor using a space super soaker shotgun is just shows you that they don't know what made the original show special. You have this scene where she's being chased and she's using it's space submarines, right? She's flying into a nebula. She's trying to avoid them, but she's running out of time. She's running out of air. She's able to there's so many.
yeah.
There's tension ways to do it, and these people just don't fucking get it.
Yeah.
And so instead, they want fucking Zoomers who didn't watch TNG, make them their own show, and I'm sure that they'll like it. Actually, in fact, there's a lot of TNG adjacent shows that Zoomers are really liking right now, and you're fucking up Star Trek. So you're fucking up the original fan, me. I don't think you're making a show for the fucking Zoomers, so I don't know what you're doing. Like, this doesn't feel average for Star Trek. There's so much of the poop stain that's just smeared across. You know, they fly across and it says Star Trek, and it's a rainbow, but
Yeah.
it's poop.
It's
then,
poop rainbow.
And then that's kind of what I feel like. It just feels below average. I hate Rafi, not Ralphie, but
I think it's
Rafi.
rough.
yeah,
Rafi.
Rafi. I hate Rafi. I couldn't even tell that she was trying to be a bad actor when she was fake acting. That's how bad her performances normally
We
are.
literally completely bought it because of how bad it was, and we are like, yeah, this is on par for the rest of the
Yeah.
series. We're going to do this drug storyline shit.
Yeah, they're trying to make you care. It's like you still don't care.
And
It's
that
like,
turns
oh, no,
out she
I
was
don't want
faking.
it.
But okay, hold on.
Yeah, and so like all of the aspects of this show, other than the relationship between the two characters I like, and most of that is carryover. Most of that actually isn't here. And if I really think about it, all of those are member berries that I get from a show that isn't this one, right?
Yeah.
It's my love for a different show or different movies. And so they're trying to capitalize on all my nostalgia. And honestly, that shit is running thin because you've ruined these characters over the last couple seasons. So I'm going to give this one a 3. I don't think you should watch it. I think it's really below average. And it's probably better than that, but I don't care.
It is definitely running thin. If we go back to season 1 recap, We did 3 videos, the start of the season, like the first 2 episodes. Then we did mid-season, and then we did the end, right? OJ started at a 5, ended up at a 4, and then at the end gave it a 4. Alex started at a 7. Same with me. I actually started at a 7 when they, season 1 was episode 1 or 2.
Was starting, yeah.
And then so we were open to it, and clearly now Alex is like, no, this I see what's coming. I've been hurt before. I know what you're doing.
Love is gone.
Right, the love is gone. Mid-season, me and Alex both 3, and then by the end of season 1, 3. And we know what happened in season 2. It just got worse, and it was like fucking 1 out of 10 by the end of that. You're going to go with a 3. Joe did a 4. I have to do a 4. I think it's below average. I think really the only thing that's holding up this episode is here are the elements that I liked. I liked Picard and Riker's rapport. Okay, the boys. Getting the boys back together, going on a road trip. They're fucking committing mutiny and doing all these things.
Admiral War Crimes.
Right, it was Admiral War Crimes. And I love it. They didn't necessarily follow the rules all the time in TNG either. And then 7 of 9, she's putting in a good performance, I think. I mean, I can see what's going to come from a mile away. She's going to take over for Titan. She's going to become the captain of the Titan, and now we'll have, she's her own captain in the universe, and maybe we can have an actual spin-off with her as, the next Janeway, the next Voyager. I definitely want to see. I think 7 of 9 is one of the characters that...
But do you think
they kind of
fucked
up her character multiple times. Will they do it justice with this team? No. So maybe Star Trek New Worlds team or something like that. I don't know. But I'm just letting you know what I'm seeing is coming, right? She's got an asshole captain. He's fucking disrespectful to everybody. He's a jerk. We're doing the whole conspiracy thing. We're doing the multiple captains. There's some kind of thing happening in Starfleet. Starfleet's been infiltrated. Don't trust anybody. It's we did that. Not only has it been done in TNG, but it's all Picard did it in season 1, maybe even season 2. It's all blur to me, and now they're just doing it again. It's like Starfleet sucks, man.
The future sucks.
Starfleet
sucks.
3rd time's a charm.
Yeah, so I can already see this guy's a fucking bad guy, but I will say I liked his performance. I like this Captain Shaw. I want there to be a fucking asshole. I want there to be like this wild card. He's like, hey, fucking Picard and Riker come in. We're like, we're so famous. It's like, do this thing. He's like, no. So it's going to be. But he's also the most absent captain I've ever seen. If he's in fucking dry dock and he's taking a ship out and he's like fucking sleeping, he didn't even go on the bridge to fucking come out of dry dock, and then later on he's like
he's just eating and drinking.
Just eating and drinking. I get the second time where 7 of 9 literally mutinies and disobeys direct orders and takes Captain and Riker and Picard where they want to go. Because he was sleeping. There has to be shifts on a ship, so fine. And then he wakes up. He's like, "Fuck, you're in trouble, Missy." Anyways, so I kind of like him. I like this captain, and then the boys. Everything else, which is pretty much everything, the creative choices, the production design, the lighting, the writing, the exposition dumps from people's mouth, the getting, fucking the technical bits wrong, Rafi as a main driving force for this red lady shit. This fucking red lady shit, that just is exactly the same kind of writing that was in the shitty episodes of Star Trek Discovery with the fucking Red Angel, and then in fucking Star Trek Picard where the fucking MacGuffin that fixes everything, and she figures it out just by saying, what big events are going on in the galaxy? Oh, well, there's the Adriana Grande concert, Rihanna, and fucking, I guess, Kanye.
There's only 3 things.
But there's only 3 things
in all of Federation
of
space. In all of Federation space, there's only 3 cool things happening in the next, what'd she say, like a couple
and one
weeks?
of them is a statue day, and the statue was red, and she goes, what?
Is that a red lady?
That's the red lady. God damn it.
It's the only red lady in all of Federation space.
Oh, my God. I can't. And then the reveal at the end of Crusher and who's on board with Crusher.
Is that Picard's son? Did he knock her up and then she got scared and then ran away and we have the I'm your lost son trope? And
That's what I was, that's
fuck,
what I was
Next
thinking.
Generation.
Yeah.
What I was reading earlier than that. Oh my
I was
god,
thinking
I
that
don't know. It's like
I'm his son.
you know, they know
I
the
don't know
fans.
who
They
my
know the
father
fans
is.
want these two to have come together. I wanted Beverly and Picard to try again, but now we got fucking Laris, and she's at the beginning of this episode for a half a second just to kind of let everybody. It's okay if Picard goes out on another adventure that's not quite as cool as all of his other adventures. Go anyway.
This is the life
We got to make money. So, yeah, maybe this is a way to placate those fans that wanted to see them together. It's like, hey, they fucked and they had a kid and they're going to have a relationship in some way and they are family now in some way. That might be the direction they're going. But we don't know that yet. We just know he's, I don't know. I think I saw Jack Crusher in
that was the dead husband.
Or that was the husband?
Because
Okay,
it was
maybe.
Picard's friend and that's how they, yeah.
Okay. Well, or maybe... Yeah, I don't fucking know. I'm like, but where's Wesley? You didn't want to include Wesley?
He's currently
he's
right now on the
right
internet shilling how amazing this was. He's like, it's Picard season 1 and 2 and 3.
That's
like-
Wesley right there. It's a good impression of Wesley.
Yeah, it's like this.
All right. We have our own way. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyways, so
Shut up.
my final verdict is going to be a 4. A 4 out of 10. I think it's slightly below average. And all those bits that I talked about was able to raise it. Now, granted, this is me coming from these things were filmed back to back. I'm coming from a 1 out of 10. So if you look on the fucking grave curve, it went up. Well, congratulations. It's not total and utter dog shit, but
Yet.
it still smells really bad, and I'm worried. Now, it could get better from here, okay? It could be that the reason why this just doesn't have the impact that it should at the beginning is, I don't know, they're going to fucking they're going to stretch it out over multiple episodes to make sure you're still watching because it's streaming service until all the characters are in place by the end of episode 6 that they showed critics, and then it just goes yeehaw, and we go fucking, and 4 episodes of just badass TNG shit. I don't fucking know, but this is not it, Chief, and it's going to be an interesting ride. So initially I was thinking, yeah, it's average. But when you factor in the stink of the previous 2 seasons and it seems like the writing is basically going to be the same thing, I'm going to go 4 out of 10. So let's jump in to the and if you're happy with this, like because I'm seeing already positive.
stuff.
It's like, man. But frankly, people were always positive on Picard's. I think we were kind of harsh on it. Like the critics, I thought were great, and then the audience scores were the ones that were lower.
I mean,
I don't know. Just don't think these people understand what Star Trek is all about, especially TNG. And supposedly they're trying to do TNG, or at least throw back to it. Anyways. Let's go into the episode bits. All right, so what do we start? We start with the most, I don't know what to call this. This pretentious thing, the Flame in Your Heart song.
I thought we were watching Fallout.
It's every fucking time I hear that song, 100% Fallout.
Yeah, I was like,
I
oh,
don't
Fallout
see
TV
Star
show.
Trek, so
Yeah.
you just fucked it up from the beginning. It's so on the nose. I know exactly where they're going with this. The fucking song is saying exactly what's gonna happen.
She carried a
this
torch
season.
from. She listens to his speeches while she sleeps. It's so fucking creepy. Of course, Picard's the father of that idiot kid.
That's true,
Right?
Well, unless there is some kind of villain that put the song on and he's taunting Picard.
She was sleeping, listening to his recording, talking about the warp.
I know. Yeah, when he walks into her ship, apparently a long time ago he didn't give her flowers or wine. One time he gave her a fucking mixtape.
How much of a fucking narcissist do you have to be that? Oh, she
Picard's
was listening to
playing
this
a
one song,
mixtape.
and he's like, "I know it's a mixtape." It's like, dude, you heard one song. It's not a mixtape. Shut the fuck up.
Right,
She could
yeah.
be listening to a song. She's old too.
So we have Dr. Crusher's ship, and she's under attack by unknown, ships, and she's,
It's quarter owls.
yeah, she,
They're after her.
Exactly, and she says, "Divert all power to the warp core." And well, first she says,
Warp drive.
"Turn on the warp drive." It's like, all right, cool, let's get the fuck out of here. Divert all power to the warp core. It's like, well, the warp core is the power source, so you're diverting power from
That's
the warp
engineering. I
core
was
to
like,
the warp core.
What does she want? I don't know what she wants.
You take a power strip and you put the power strip and plug it into itself. Infinite power.
I got it, Doctor. I got it, Beverly.
So
But she
confusing me.
meant divert power to the warp engine so we can get the fuck out of here. All right. So, but then they board the ship, and then we do our fucking Fast and Furious action scene in the most embarrassing cheap sets ever, with the stupidest phaser weaponry I've ever seen. It's like how we're further in the universe. We have more technology, and yet our technology is getting worse. Her fucking phaser runs out of ammo.
Well, I turned to Alex too. I was like, I didn't know they had like space shotguns.
Yeah, this one, at first I thought it was like a phaser 2, designed like a rifle. But apparently she's constantly doing this on it.
Yeah, multiple times.
And so I
That's
guess
why
it's
she ran out of
phaser-
ammo. It's shooting out the phasers out of the.
It's a phaser 6 that is a fucking space shotgun.
That's new.
It's new technology to me. And then the little fucking gun talks to her. It's like, you have run out of ammo. Or power cell depleted.
It's like, she didn't shoot that
It
much.
was a fucking 3 shots. What kind of fucking weaponry is this? Anyway, so of course they have the badass weaponry. So and and they can't hit shit. And I swear to God, I think at one point she's standing out in the open. It's
Yeah, she takes off running and in the open.
At least she does get hit. I mean, because I thought they were going to pull another goddamn fucking Rafi in 7 of 9.
She didn't get hit in that scene though. She got hit in the
Really?
previous scene. She got
Oh,
hit
God
standing
damn it.
still, and then she's like waddling back and
Oh, my
forth
God. Just
on her titanium
please,
hips.
Please stop it. Stop doing action scenes. It was even awkward when back in the day when you did it in the movies and Picard's like, oh! It was, and the action scenes have never been that great in Star Trek. At least the hand-to-hand combat and the phaser combat. It's basically the Borg just coming. That had more tension in it than this whole fucking scene. And they're just standing there walking, just coming towards. But somehow trying to fucking Fast and Furious the fucking Beverly Crusher, it just doesn't work. Anyway, she's hit, and we cut away. And it's the Loris scene. So we slow things down. And he's got a bunch of cool shit on his desk. I noticed tons of things from the actual TNG. So this is supposed to be hella fan service. She's like, what are you doing all these things? Actually, she's very supportive because everybody has to like her. And he's like, I don't need a legacy. I think he says, I want a new adventure, I think. He's like, bro, you're fucking... It's like, fucking retire. But no, I get it. Picard would want that. That's the way Picard is. He's a fucking badass, and he's going to do it until he dies.
It sucks because, like, every time, like, I'm at his house, like, he
bro,
starts talking. I'm like, is he going to trail off and have, like, a 20-minute speech? That's what
I
I'm
get it.
worried about.
Old man-
That's what I'm
old
worried
man
about. It's
syndrome.
like, these mean nothing. It's all about the memories. And I thought he was going to go into memories.
yeah.
It's like,
Yeah, the computer, and so then she gives him a moment, and she's like, she gives him the motivation to, if he wants to go on an adventure, just fucking do it. Is that basically what she's saying?
yes.
Then his communicators, old communicator badge from TNG days, it goes off. And he's like, what is that sound? And he guess he doesn't recognize it. And he's like, computer, locate the thing.
Computer, am I having a stroke? I keep hearing beep, 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 beep.
Luckily, he
The
was doing spring
motherfucking
cleaning,
computer cannot determine where the communicator badge is coming. Are you fucking serious? He's like, God damn. So they make a joke out of it. He's like, got to do it myself. So he gets up and he looks for it. And then finally, he finds it. And then the computer is like, yes, it is receiving a long-range signal from this, and is receiving a decoded message. It's like, you can pick up all of that, but you couldn't figure out where the communicator is. Like, whatever. And so then a bunch of fucking code words and keywords that we're not really sure what they mean just get regurgitated to us. Mirad, Hellbird. No Starfleet, trust no one. Beverly is on the communicator, and she sent a message to Picard priority. She's so desperate and dying, she has to get the only person she trusts, Picard, to come and save her.
What's your, how often do you forget your Steam password?
Oh, God. A lot.
So anytime we stream and we use this, he forgets his fucking password.
Yeah,
But you're expecting Picard, a 100-year-old
He
man,
texts me all the time.
a 100-year-old man to remember his password from 20 fucking years ago? Also, she sent him a coded message that he wasn't around for the code and said, trust no one. And he's like, this doesn't make any sense. And then someone else has to tell him. And he wasn't supposed to tell Riker.
Right, because I'm confused. Initially, I was like, what is happening? Because he doesn't have that code. I think he was Locutus of Borg at the time.
At the time, yeah.
And so the only people that would have the code are the people that were on the ship while he was Locutus. So Riker, basically. So I'm like, then why didn't she just send it to Riker?
Who is not 100.
Yeah, and who has still command of the ship. She trusts him, I'm sure, just as much as Picard.
But maybe he's Starfleet. He's still Starfleet, though.
But she thinks that he's a bad guy.
She'd send it to Troy anyway. Because everyone...
Well, she hasn't talked to any of them.
It was stupid because, whatever. But I guess she knew that he would talk to his most trusted ally and thus bringing the team together. Aha. She's very clear. No, she knew. She knew that Riker was going to be involved. So he goes to Riker
It could
in
be
the
a
bar.
ghost baby. The guy on the ship could be a ghost baby. You would love that episode. One of the worst episodes of TNG.
Anyways, he tells Laris right away, before he goes to the bar, he tells Laris right away, and that Crusher cut him off, and the whole crew of the Enterprise 20 years ago, and I'm like, ugh, so I don't believe it, but fine. It's the way that they write the story to bring everybody back together and to explain a lot of stuff. And she's like, you were once lovers, and, you tried to make it work, and he's like, tried. Tried is the operative word here. So I guess that's the thing that we get about their relationship. So then she kisses him goodbye, and then, I guess the second chances are going well for him. Because remember, he was like, I don't want this relationship with Laris. And then by the end of the season, he was like, give me a second chance once he dealt with all of his mommy and daddy issues. And then he comes back. And so now they're a couple, and they're together, and I'm like, I don't know. Anyways,
Whatever.
no one. So we go to the bar, and they do make a funny joke. They said no one wants the fat ones. The Enterprise. It's like that is a Galaxy class, my dear. It's like I like the fat ones. I like the Galaxy class. In every video game, I want to make the Galaxy class. And there was one video game that didn't have a Galaxy class, and I was like, what the fuck? You need a Galaxy class. Anyways, she's like, no one wants the fat ones, and he's like, wait, are you talking about me? Or are you talking about us? Did you hear that, Picard? Nobody wants the fat ones anymore. So Picard shows up and basically he gets Riker to kind of clue him in on what's going on here. And he also lets Picard know that he's got time off from his family and he doesn't have
Does
to...
he say, like, they don't want me around or something? I was like, God
he's
damn,
probably
man.
being an asshole to Deanna Troy or something. And she's like, they're going to appreciate time away from me.
Because
So-
pizzas have not been coming out so good.
Rigella 6, fucking what was the name of that planet in Conspiracy when all that shit was happening? But anyways, they let him know the gravity of the situation. There's just so many references here that my old brain is not going to be able to keep up. I'm going to miss 80% of them. So if y'all know all the references to the individual episodes, leave them in the comments down below. But I'm over here trying to clear my mind of season 1 and 2 of Picard. So I'm still trying to do that. Then we go to Rafi, and we go to Rafi multiple times throughout the episode, and I think it really just screeches everything to a halt, and it takes away from it, and it's just painful. The first Rafi scene is basically, my girlfriend left me, and I'm using drugs again. It's just so much forced drama, and we all bought into it because Rafi is just the worst character. She would do all of this. They would write it. Oh, the relationship. Oh, yeah, we didn't really set that up. Just say the relationship never happened. She broke up with me. But it was all a fucking ruse. She's still, and she goes, I'm out of Starfleet. But no, she's still a part of Starfleet, and she was lying, and she got the info, right?
Yes, and she got the drugs. She's looking at drugs. Like, oh,
And she left. She dropped the drugs on the floor where
I
the kids are
shouldn't
going to
take
pick it up.
Oh, so she was thinking about it, and she
Yeah.
tried
I was
to.
like, I don't care. Fucking do
They
it.
better not fucking,
Fucking do it. I
They
don't
better
care.
not bring the drugs back because it's like, all right, you got me.
Well, they did
I bought
that.
into your stupid
Then
bullshit.
they bring it up again.
Yeah, they did.
It's like, it's this stuff.
You don't know what I'm going through, and it's like, bitch, your files are public to anyone in Starfleet. We know exactly what you're. It's not like Worf is back there going like, ah. It's like, no, it's in your file. It's public.
So
Everyone knows.
Alex is talking about this handler that she's talking to try to discover what the hell's going on. And she's worried about these weapons are disappearing and shit. And we called it. I mean, I don't know.
We don't know.
We don't know.
I think it's Worf.
The handler seems to be Worf because he starts mentioning you're a warrior. We need warriors and this kind of stuff. So we started with Worf. Anyway, so we go to a cool starbase shot. It's like, well, all right. We got one cool shot in here. Love those star bases. And I just love the Riker, Picard road trip, old guy road trip stuff. I like that. So then we see Titan. And it's a Neo-Constitution class, and it is fucking ugly.
It's a refit. It looks exactly like it.
I'm sorry.
Doesn't
It's
look like a refit.
ugly. I hate it. And so it's captained by Captain Shaw. Riker does not have a chair at the moment. So he's ex. But Annika Hansen is, and she calls her, he's like, Shaw prefers I be called this, her human name before she became a Borg. And it looks like she's the first officer on the Titan, and she does not like her command. She's kind of wondering what she's doing. She's trying to do the right thing. She wants to inspire people, and yet you still have the fucking bureaucracy and shitty idiots in Starfleet, I guess. And so it really, really sucks for her. So this is one of the things that it's like I like, and you can see what's going to come a mile away, but I still like 7 of 9. I think she's doing a good job. So, and then I just wrote here, why is the fucking bridge so dark? I can't see. It's like I don't know why everything has to be so grim dark these days, and it's like this isn't the 40K universe.
dimmer.
This isn't Battlefleet Gothic.
Well, they're moving faster than the speed of light, so the light in the sets hasn't caught up yet.
Just like, please, and you're trying to pander to the TNG fans, lighten it up so that it actually. Oh, this is much different than our previous 2 seasons. No, it's fucking not. You could have proved that in the set design. You could have proved that in the lighting or the way that you fucking film it. You're filming it exactly the same. The most cheaply fucking anyways, then it's shown. Hey, LaForge, who? Where? Oh, hey, it's Geordie's daughter, and she's got a command. She's
but at
a pilot.
first he's like, "Why is that lady looking at me?"
All right,
He's
because
like, "Why is she looking at me?" He's like, "Geordie, oh."
well, you know, I'm sure a lot of Starfleet officers do look at Picard and Riker in that way, especially her because of all her history and all they've done. Anyways,
They
when
embarrass
she was
her though. I
they
felt
do
bad
embarrass
for
her. So now everybody on the ship thinks she's a shitty pilot, and she's piloting the goddamn Titan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because Riker kept like poking at her. He's like, "Oh yeah, they called you Crash LaFleur." Yeah, I was a cadet. LaForge. He's like, "Well, I know I was a cadet." It's like, "No, you did it again." And he's like, "Oh, okay, thanks for calling me out." I was like, "Thanks."
Yeah, you're awful. And then it just ends. I mean, like he doesn't say
she's her pilot.
It doesn't say. Yeah, but then I got better and I'm at the top of my class. No, it's just
yeah, I crashed twice.
and now I control one of the more powerful ships in the
Yes.
fleet for no reason. Because I'm LaForge's daughter.
Yes.
Anyways, it's an ugly, ugly ship. So we get a shot of the ship leaving. They're just so bulky and it looks like, I don't know, a hyena. Alert engineering, says Picard. If we're going to that maximum warp, you got to let the engineers know. And she's like, that's not our good protocol. You're old.
You're 100 fucking years old.
He's forever gonna be 100. All right.
Yeah.
He also gets a lot of things wrong. He gets like he says Deep Space 4 while they're trying to kind of win over the captain. And he's like, that was decommissioned a year ago, and he's like, something's wrong here.
At least he didn't say something like pseudo-racist, because he doesn't know the terms. It's like, Grandpa, we don't call them that anymore. It's like, Picard, stop it. Picard.
Why are they doing this to
Like,
Picard?
we should not have a 100-year-old
He has been
star.
kind of tied into Starfleet for a while. I think that I guess fine. He wouldn't know all the regulations, the new stuff, whatever. Anyways, Captain Shaw's a bit of an asshole, but I think he's interesting. I like asshole captains in TNG episodes. I liked what was his name, Luca, Luca from Star Trek Discovery until they fucked up his character. I like these kind of captains, so I'm interested to see how are they going to wrestle control of the Titan from him. Is he actually a bad guy, or is he just a shitty dude?
It's an interesting foil that I don't think they're doing very well. It's like they are
I think
committing.
they're doing all right.
They are committing war crimes, mutinies, they're doing everything completely and totally fucking wrong.
Right.
And what they did is he took a nap and then they stole a ship. And I wanted, if they're going to have a guy who is the by the book, I don't have to listen to you. It's like, look, you're retired. I'm not going to listen to you. This is $100 trillion in our non-existent money, because money doesn't exist, ship in like the Federation. I'm not going to.
No, remember, money does exist because Rafi's poor.
Yeah, she's poor and he's rich. He's got
she
shit too,
needed more money.
Yeah.
too.
So I'm not going to do that. And so it could have set up a really interesting thing. It's like, this is by the book, and they kind of have to win him over. Instead, he took a nap. He drank too much Malbec, and then he took a nap, and then they stole his ship. And like they just resolved the thing that could have been interesting immediately. And I imagine that it'll just happen. Like,
Right.
they're going to get shot.
He doesn't. I don't know. Does the Titan follow them in a later episode? Because he just kind of gives up on their pursuit. In fact, when they take the shuttle and they're flying away, I was surprised he didn't fucking just start shooting at them like like cops would do. It's like, no, you're dead now.
Yeah.
You just committed treason.
Transport those assholes back onto this ship. I'm going to transport you. Can we send another shuttle? You're going to pick that shit up. They don't get to steal my stuff.
Yeah, but I guess they didn't want to go that hard, and so it's like, oh, Picard. Yeah.
He does it again. Nick.
No, he does go hard. He's like, you've just lost your command or whatever. You're fucked. 7 of 9. So, anyways, your loyalty lies with the ship. While they're at the dinner, he even takes a dig at her, or was that a dig at
her, yeah.
at Picard? Because he was like, oh, your loyalty lies with the ship, not a former ex-Borg. It's like, but she's an ex-Borg, but that's the dig at her and him. Anyways, it's intriguing. So, back to Rafi. No, she is so jammed into this storyline. It's so painful to watch. It sticks out like a sore thumb. You know, any of the classic characters could have done what she's doing. This storyline here could have been Geordi, could have been
Worf. It could have literally just been Worf this entire
Worf.
time.
And I would have fucking loved it. I mean, the rating would have went up because, of course, Worf is going to be, curious about stolen weapons and fucking conspiracies to go against Starfleet and the galaxy. That would have been genius. But why? Why keep the worst character, the worst Starfleet officer, and into season 3? It makes no sense. I don't know if we're checking boxes here, if she's got something on the producers, embarrassing photos or something. Anyways, just awful because she's not that great of an actress, and the material that they're giving her is not that great either. So. And Joe, if you can, so she's talking to this mysterious handler.
She's like, "Who are you?" It's like, let's make a meeting. She's like, denied. It's like, this is where we find out. It's like, oh, you're a warrior. I don't know what that meant. I guess y'all do.
That's just the way Worf talks. So we're thinking, if we're trying to introduce a character an episode, then it's
if you're writing a show and you have no talent, like, what is the most predictable thing? And the most predictable thing right here is it's Worf.
Yeah, so this is where you get most of.
I can't wait to see.
We get most of her acting chops here. It's like, oh, you don't know how hard it is. Blah blah blah.
So of course I know how hard it is. You fucking idiot. I'm your handler.
Rolling shit. And we'll get to her acting when she gets to the planet. But we're back to Picard and Riker.
After that,
that laments how they didn't leave on the best of terms. Him and Beverly. So they're kind of teasing the fans with all that, and we get to maybe make amends finally, and do that. While this is going on, 7 of 9, calls them to her room, and she's like, "I'm gonna fucking throw you out of the airlock, Picard." And Riker's like, "Hey, whoa, this is my buddy here." And he's like, "Well, I'm talking to him as a friend," which means she's not literally gonna throw him out of the airlock. I'm threatening you. This is angry lady, angry friend, and so she goes. They basically tell her what the fuck is up and what's going on. So. She tells about how that's the moment she said, I wanted to inspire, and this guy kind of sucks, and I don't know what I'm doing. Things are not going well. But it turns out that she already disobeyed the order, so she already gave them what they wanted, even though they didn't need to explain anything, because fucking 7 of 9 is a badass, and she's like, you know what, these are my friends, and mutiny, and fuck all the regulations of Starfleet. So
I'm gonna go to jail for the rest of my life, and I don't know why.
She disobeyed an order for them prior to their sort of talk, and like I said, this most absent captain ever was all like, yeah. Oh man, I had to clean up all your stupid music and all your mess from the Titan. He's talking to Riker, who was previous commander of the Titan. He's like, your loosey-goosiness with the rules, and yet he's not even on the bridge half the fucking time for anything. It's like, all right, cool. So then she helps them escape, and they get on a little shuttle, and they're like, and that reminds me of a lot of episodes of, TNG in the movie where you steal a shuttle and they're gone. And then we go back to Raffi with the Red Lady search. She figures it out by what are all the big events going on in the galaxy right now, and it shows two or three things. And
That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
And she's like, aha! Her acting is so superb. Joe, if you can reenact her reaction to that stadium getting portaled.
I chuckled. I had to chuckle. Oh.
So she flies and she's like, I need to speak with Starfleet right away. And nobody answers. And she's like, oh, you're about to be attacked, a potential terrorist attack.
Like, what is this?
Nobody answers. And then there's like a laser or something, and it
Sucks
falls
it
through
in
the
like
portal. And it opens up. Yeah, like the game portal. I thought that was cool. I like the fucking effect.
I was like, that's a cool weapon.
It's a cool fucking weapon. So yeah, dangerous weapon got stolen and used against
She sees it all
Starfleet.
unfold and gets terrible
And
reaction.
then just an
I was
awful-
like, all right, well, fuck it. We don't want to waste tape. That's one take is done.
Just-
You want to try again? No, that's fine. Let's just do
Trying
that.
to save money here. The boys finally find Beverly's ship, and they board the ship. That's when we get our old man moment. It's like, all right, you ready? Yeah.
But he's not an old man. He's a robot. He doesn't have stiff hands.
That's right. I just remembered that. I don't understand.
Again.
Oh no, it's a
love it.
robot that simulates his actual age, and it's like it just.
Is it an Apple robot playing
writing.
obsolescence type thing?
Yes,
Fuck
writing.
Apple.
Anyways, so then they open the door. They do their room clearing. He hears the song playing that he made for her a long time ago. So I guess Beverly's just been stuck 20 years in the past, just single-minded focus on something. And
If I were that kid, I would have turned that off. I was like, this is
Maybe
not
he
my
loves
music.
it, Joe. Maybe he's the one that turned it on. I don't fucking know. So we'll find out in the next episode. But she's in stasis because she's shot, and they need to help her. And he's like, I'm here to help. He as soon as they separate, the guy comes up behind Riker. It's like, yeah, they ain't what they used to be. But
Well, he's playing with the ashes.
he's playing with the ashes. Like, what are we doing? Like,
What
we're
is
not
this?
done
I've
clearing the
never-
fucking ship, and you're playing with ashes. And now we're gonna separate. I'm just gonna go to the bridge. Okay, bye. Oh man.
I got cut.
Oh fuck. No. So and then he's like, who are you? And she's like, I'm her son. It's like, but no, Wesley's her son. It's like, well, I guess she had two.
The
She got two.
The guy looks about 20 years old. He hasn't seen her in 20 years.
Yeah, 20 plus. Yeah. That's
They did the deed.
immediately what I thought of.
Oh yeah, it's awful.
It's like one of
There
shitty.
you go. It's like, hey,
It's a
fans,
low
yeah,
effort
the
trope.
relationship didn't work out, but at least they got to fuck, and now they're family forever because that's his son. We'll see. We don't know. We're going to have to see for ourselves. And please don't tell me that this is the next generation of Star Trek, and by the end you're going to do, he's going to be the new Picard, and we're going to get a fucking expendable situation where we have the young crew and the old crew working together. I can already see you shaking your head no. Please don't do that.
If they do something like there's something magic in his genes and we need that's why they're looking for the kid. They weren't after Beverly, they're after the kid because his
Well, don't
genes are
forget-
magic. Because
Don't
that's
forget
how they
we
did
still
that
have
before.
that cowlick lady. I'm trying to put my hair like her. She's
Yeah.
in the trailer, and she's all like, sweaty and cowlick gross, and she's mad at something that happened in the past. So we'll have to figure out what that is all about. But yeah, there's really not a lot here to be like super excited about. And I was the one that was most excited. It's like, man, I can't wait till the crew gets back together. But what I'm seeing, they're going to piecemeal it really slow, really bad writing in between, tropes, getting stuff wrong, dark as hell, until episode 6, where the critics are like, okay, it looks like they're all together, and and now they need to do something.
Why at
And
6?
I know, and then there's 4 episodes left, so maybe I'll fucking love it at that point, or maybe I'm wrong, and maybe it's gonna get real good right now. But right now, the very end, this fucking spiked ship
it says
comes.
that we're being hunted everywhere we go. These guys are just hunting us.
Staple remover
Who's-
shows up in space. It's just like,
who's hunting us?
And then it gets real close.
The claw.
you know they're bad because it's so spiky.
Yeah,
Maybe it's
their
so
claw.
spiky. I'd say, seriously, you know those staple removers you ever use
That's
those?
the
what it is.
sweaty hair lady, probably. So,
Yeah.
anyways, that's the episode. Kind of a whimper start to this thing, and really, I was.
And the
looking,
thing you're looking forward to is not till 6.
you could tell that this was filmed back to back. You know what I mean? And I was really buying into, oh, this is completely different. It's going to feel much
told you.
different.
We
and
told you.
It's not.
Don't
much
buy
different.
into it.
It's not like a
We
new
saw the
world.
It's
trailer.
like Charlie Brown.
Well,
every
I
single
told
fucking
y'all.
time.
Okay. You get to tell me. I told you. Well, I get to tell y'all. Star Trek: New Worlds is actually good, and it was better. It was one of the better ones. So,
It was.
and then you go, aha.
That was like halfway
that?
though, because it was pretty good.
It's
but
better. Yes,
That was
it's
good.
better,
That was
but-
good. It was
Well,
good.
compared to
Compared to all
Picard,
this
it's
shit,
better.
it was good.
Yes.
Anyways, that's it for us. We'll see how it progresses. But 4 out of 10, we'll see if it goes up or down from here. Thank you all so much for watching, and let's go on this journey together, shall we? All right. Bye, guys.